Hello Leo, happy July and welcome to your monthly forecast. Great to see you, and we're going to change things up a little bit format-wise this month. I really want to start focusing more on using mediumship and intuitive skills. I have a spread of cards here that I've already pulled out, but I want to focus, instead of pulling each card up, talking about the cards, really focusing on the message and the delivery of the message for you. The first and most obvious benefit is that I'm going to be able to give you a much more concise message. And the second is that I'm going to be able to share this with a bigger audience. Beginning this month, all of the videos will be both on YouTube and IGTV on Instagram. So I hope you enjoy. And for those of you that watch from month to month, you know that that's really my purpose. I want to reach out to as many people as possible and help create that sense of awakening, enlightenment, and bring a higher frequency to the planet. So without any further delay, let's get straight into your forecast for this month. As I was tuning into your sign this month, I got a feeling of almost like I was free falling, very light, very free, very open. And I think what the challenge is for you this month is to believe that it's okay to let go of something, to just release something in your life that perhaps you've been keeping because it's comfortable, kind of like a blanket when you're a kid. One day you just realize you don't need it anymore. There could be patterns, people, and situations in your life that are just like that blanket, that childhood blanket that we kind of wrap around ourselves because we're used to it. We know that that is something that we can count on. So this month I'm challenging you to try to break some of your habits and break free from things that are in your life just because they're in your life. They may not actually be bringing you a sense of fulfillment. They may have already served their purpose. Let yourself be free this month. Your catalyst message, the thing that sets everything into motion this month, is really about investing in yourself. Definitely look into training, enrichment, or anything that you want to do developmentally for yourself this month. Not only will it pay off in the long run, but it may also give you that sense of freedom that I was picking up on when I was tuning into the channeled information. This is a month where relationships are going to be put to the test. Specifically, you're going to find out who you can trust and who you can't trust. And for some of you, this is a chance for you to do some work on those relationships or to walk away going on that theme of liberation. What's really important as you kind of start the first and second weeks of this month is to figure out prioritization. What do you really want to focus on? Because I see a lot of information kind of coming and going, and this usually kind of feels to me like a clouded mind. So if you can pinpoint what your main focal points are, you're going to be much better suited and much better supported in completing these tasks this month. Otherwise, I feel like with what's going on potentially on the relationship front, and for some of you even environmentally, there could be some shifts happening, like a move or some sort of a restructuring, maybe where you work. You could kind of get caught up in all of the dust moving around you. So really have razor sharp focus on what your goals are this month, and that's going to keep you from getting distracted. Now, one thing that I'm seeing towards the third and fourth weeks is a little bit of a slowdown. So I feel like you'll have to be on your best game towards the beginning. Things should slow down towards the end of the month. If they don't, what I'm also picking up on is a need to just rest. Doing this is going to allow you to feel a little bit more grounded, and you'll be more capable of taking on any sort of surprises the month may throw your way. As I'm tuning into your ego this month, it's really important for you to focus on constructive criticism only. And if there's any sort of voice going on that's saying you can't do this, you shouldn't do this, whether it's external or internal, I want you to kind of mute that for a moment and really focus on letting your ideas, your dreams, your aspirations have room to grow, to fly. Thinking of that feeling of being in the air, of sort of like falling and being free. I want you to kind of imagine that you're a bird soaring through the air and kind of, you know how they catch a breeze and just kind of float. I want your ideas to have that ability to take flight and to just sort of sit for a little bit so that you can see if it's something that is right for you before you allow other people to come in and say, this doesn't make sense, or before you self-edit. So I guess what I'm saying here is to trust your good instincts and to allow ideas a chance to grow, because if you do this, there could be some great business ventures that come out of this. This would be also just a great chance for people to see how you think, what's going on, rather than you sort of keeping quiet because you're afraid of judgment or you're afraid of rejection. So give yourself a chance to think things out. Don't be afraid to communicate them. let that critical voice go. And that could be one of the things at the beginning that I was seeing as being liberated from, which is negativity, self-criticism, and a general fear or a sense of not being as good as what you need to be. Let that go. I'm sensing a lot of movement when it comes to money this month. For some of you, that could be an exchange of a sale of a house and a buying of a new house. It could also be sort of, for me, it just sort of feels like taking one thing and putting it into another. So a change of investments or a sell, but then a subsequent reinvestment. The other thing that I'm seeing with this is just a general note to not overextend, not to bite off more than you can chew when it comes to resources and money. So for those of you that might be deciding to move, making sure that you can afford the mortgage or the rent. If you're deciding to upgrade or do construction, making sure that you can pay the new taxes and all of the construction fees associated with this as well. So do your research, really look at your budget. And I think this is a month to pause. It's more about looking at what's possible and waiting to see where you're at, maybe in a 2 to 3 month span from this point of view before buying or selling or reinvesting anything. We're going to expand the forecast here in just a moment, and we'll take a much deeper dive looking at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Your health message this month is simply to change your routine. Try something different. Even though what you're doing may be working for you, this is a chance to explore some sort of new activity, maybe with a new friend. Doesn't matter. It's just about adding a little bit of variety, because I'm getting a sense of stagnation, and the body does need things to be sort of shifted around occasionally to really get the maximum benefit. So try something new, and if you haven't been doing a lot of exercise, this is a chance to sort of kick it off. When I'm looking at wealth, what I really want you to do this month is do the research that we were talking about earlier. When it comes to investments, when it comes to sales, when it comes to even new job opportunities, just make sure that you've looked at all the fine print, that you've run all the numbers, and that you're comfortable with the trade-offs. As long as you do this, you'll be able to avoid any sort of unnecessary surprises down the line. As I'm tuning into health this month, I get sort of the image of the body, which tells me that there's a few things you want to focus on. One, how are you feeling internally? Also, are you comfortable in the body that you're living in right now? If not, this is really a message of self-love and acceptance, and also motivation if you want to make changes in your life. Be happy with who you are, be happy with who you're becoming if you're trying to get fit or trying to change things a little bit, but know that you're already more than enough, and that this is going to be essential for you to find the love that you need in your life. Love yourself, know that God loves you, know the universe loves you and supports you, and that if you really want to find love, that it starts all within. And I feel like there's something that's either a block within the body or a sort of looking at the body, and I want you to get comfortable with that this month. So take care of yourself and cherish yourself as well. Your destiny message this month has to do with your environment. Do you feel at home where you're living? Are you comfortable at work? Is there anything that you can do to really create a sense of openness, of love, of comfort in the spaces that you live, that you work, and that you travel? If so, that's going to help you, because we take for granted how much the energy around us has an effect on our aura and also on our physical and mental well-being. So clear and clean all spaces around you, and this is going to also clear the energy in the future months to come. So that brings your monthly reading to a close, but remember that you can follow me all month long on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as my newsletter. There'll be a link below that will allow you to connect to all of those. You'll also see links that will allow you to book a session if you want to talk a little bit about something that's going on in your life or your own intuitive development. Finally, if this is a video that you like and you felt that it gave you some sort of insight for your life, or you like my developmental videos that I've been doing, and you just want to say thanks, there's a link below that allows you to give a donation of any amount, as little as $1. These resources are directly responsible for creating videos just like this, so please do give back if you can. Otherwise, just like and subscribe, especially if you're on Instagram, as I need to grow the audience in order to do longer videos, which I'd love to do in the long run. So at the end, I'd just like to extend a little bit of heartfelt gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. More importantly, thank you for the work that you're doing on yourself. I want to continue to encourage everyone to raise their frequency, shine brightly, and make this a better planet. Much love and light now and always. Thank you.